question for you to start off with. Does anybody know what the number one competency for leadership success or career derailment is? Research shows the number one competency for success on the job or career derailment is what? What do you think? Strategic thinking, you're exactly right. That's it, thank you. The number one competency, research shows, and you talked a lot about this yesterday, and it's really drills down into your LAMP principles, is building strategic working relationships. Functional and technical expertise is a given nowadays. That gets you in the game. Building strategic working relationship is a differentiator. What's important to you outside of work? All right, get going. If you can hear my voice, clap once. If you can hear my voice, clap twice. All right, switch. Talk to us, either the same person or somebody else. Okay, if you can hear my voice, clap once. Hear my voice, clap twice. Boy, that works pretty well. Okay, got a question for you. How do you feel right now? Give me some words. I heard good. What else? Blessed. Energized. What else? Comfortable. Interested. Happy. What if you could take that feeling that you have right now and bottle it up? So when you're working on something at work and you got stuck, you could go back to this place. Research shows that when your mind is in a different place like this, creativity blossoms. Great thinking takes place. They supported that at the Learning Labs at MIT. Leadership is not a spectator sport, is it? It's a verb. It's something you do. It's something you influence. You do it deliberately. When I'm not at work, I like to play golf, not very well, but I started running in a running club about 5 years ago. Is anybody here a runner? Any marathoners? Okay, my goal in life up until about 5 years ago was never to run one. But I did run the Washington, D.C. Marathon. And I'll never forget it. At mile 22 or 23, I'm like everybody else, I'm dying. And I come up and there's these two women who have these signs on that says first-time marathoner. And there was 30,000 people running. At this point, there's still a bunch of people trying to get to the finish line. And one of the women said, "You got to help my friend. She's not going to make it." And this was at mile 23, and this lady was literally crying. She was in so much pain. So I started running with her, and I said, "Come on, we'll run together. Where are you from?" She was telling me all that. Then she started to feel better. And I said, "Well, come on, we'll finish in together. We'll just go in together." And she says, "Okay, thank you so much." And then I got the worst hamstring cramp. And she took off. And I never saw her again. So my goal in life is never to run another marathon. How many of you know what the BlackBerry prayer or the iPhone prayer is? Anybody know? You do, okay. So you probably have experienced it at one of your ELT meetings or your leadership meetings. How many of you have been in a meeting, and by the way, this happens. If you don't think it happens, just check it out next time you're in a meeting. When someone who was not part of the presentation, maybe from a different function, sits down and starts doing the iPhone prayer, where they go and start doing this and checking out. Have you ever seen it? The most important thing that we can learn about a leadership tool and take it back, by the way, any of these things you can use with your own teams, is what we call scope or scale. Conversations transverse the scales all the time in meetings. The rule of thumb in strategic thinking is scale it up to the highest level. Okay? So when you get back with your teams, they might be talking about a department or a brand or a category within a function. Check in and make sure everybody's aligned and on the same page. Anybody else, what did you like about that analysis? Facts. Give me some facts that you heard real quick. 4,700 characters. $2 billion. Stock price from $1 to $50. Is that telling a story about Marvel? Yes, it is, isn't it? Okay. What about their 3 divisions? All right, let me ask this question. How many of you are adapt to change? How do you feel like you adapt to change? Feel like you can adapt to change? Put your hand up. How many people in the organization, how many of you think people in the organization don't adapt to change? Okay, less hands went up. So you can adapt, but people in the organization adapt less. So what we'll say is, what's the evidence of that?